And now, Homo's in Hammond, Indiana. Now, is this on? I'm back! Well, last time you were here, we were putting up our Dickens Ye Olde Christmas Village on our dining room table. This one right here. Well, this is probably not going to be an every year occurrence since we can't eat on our table. But one holiday village that we put up every year and that we will continue to put up is the Christmas village that we put up in our kitchen. And I'm going to show you that one now. This village goes over our kitchen sink. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of tchotchkes over the kitchen sink. Those are going to have to come down. The shelves are going to be washed, and then the village will be placed up there. To do that, I always keep a Rubbermaid box filled with paper towel and packing materials in the basement, so that every year when I take down the tchotchkes, they go into this box and then stored away for the Christmas season. There. All packed away, all cleaned up, and ready to go. Remember, the large village that's new this year had 5 boxes full of stuff. This one, happily, only 1. Now this village was actually made back in the 60s or 70s, early 70s, by Chris's mother in ceramic class. Remember when everyone, well, not all of you are going to remember this, but remember when lots of mothers took ceramics, and then you had all these ceramic ashtrays? That's when everybody smoked. Well, those were the times. Now Liz, that's Chris's mom, I think made 3 of these villages. I'm not sure that that's totally correct, but Chris isn't here to correct me, so, well, that's how it's going to stand. But she made one that Chris's sister had, and she made one that I believe she had, and then she made a smaller one for Chris. I think this is a combination of 2 of those villages. But again, I'm not sure. The box has been unpacked, the packing's on the floor, and the village is laid out on the kitchen table and on the kitchen counter. You can tell that this must have been 2 villages put together at one time because there seem to be 2 saloons, which suits me just fine. Now I've set this village up for almost 30 years now, so I kind of have a pattern, but it doesn't seem to go the same way every year. 3 churches. Must be Hammond Avenue. You can't put a church, saloon next to a church. We all know that. Now, these houses go on the good side of town, which would be the side without the saloon, I guess. Of course, I wouldn't want to live there. I think I'm doing this backwards from how I did it last year. Now we always have this one girl who fell off her sled. You see, she used to be on a sled and she fell off the sled and the sled is another piece now. So now we always have this girl falling out of the saloon, drunk on her ass. I always found it odd how these figures are as big as the houses. Albeit, some of these figures don't actually go with this village, but they're the same proportion as the figures that Liz made for this village that were supposed to go with this village. Voila! The village really makes very little sense. There are churches, and there are saloons, and there are houses. But, really, there's no sense to it. It must be a suburb. There's no town square. Now, truthfully, this outfit, does it make me look like a holly jolly old elf or more like a tomato with a Christmas hat on? Be truthful.